对了，你咋几百的，咋几个对了，你不送账？别句那点了，听出来明年就那一年送车年送钥匙年就那行，哎你记没堂姐给咋家了？你一年送车年送嘛，他想单呢？我单的一坨呢，搞的月呢，上，刚才就段月呢，上，我都是钱呢，是多节个人得对呢，哎，那么真得的，哦，得的让大家个ton的进度大是，对我这两到大一大，你的进度大。
I'm 38 years old. I don't want to settle or compromise. I have a degree, a good job, and I'm single. I just want to find someone who is also single. My annual income is 500,000 yuan. Why can't I find someone with the same? I just want someone who is a good match. Why is it so hard? Recently, at the matchmaking corner in Tianhe Park, Guangzhou, a long row of marriage proposals was neatly arranged. It seemed that many people who came to the spot were indeed looking to marry. However, a 38-year-old high-quality leftover woman facing the embarrassing situation of no one showing interest suddenly broke down emotionally. With her body trembling, she cried, lamenting the cruelty of reality and the difficulty of getting married. She claims to earn 500,000 yuan annually, owns a house and a car, but has repeatedly encountered setbacks in her search for a partner. Onlookers whispered, unsure how to comfort her.
过了年我就39岁了，还没有结婚，没生孩子。
After the new year, I'll be 39 and I'm still not married and haven't had kids. I really can't handle it anymore. I want to get married quickly. I graduated with a master's degree from a private university, have a house, a car, and some savings. Right now, I don't have a steady job. Once I get married, I just want to stay at home, take care of my husband, and raise kids. I don't want to work anymore. Is it possible to do this quickly? The leftover woman, Mi Li, once complained, the excellent older single men don't even glance at me. Now the ones pursuing me are all rural bachelors, which quickly went viral online. Now, after publicly seeking a partner for 2 years, she still hasn't managed to get married. Mi Li is not alone. An increasing number of older women are feeling anxious about their single status and yearning to enter marriage.
我92年的34岁，到现在了还没有结婚。
I am born in 1992, so I'm 34 now, and still I'm not married. I've run a store for several years, but it's now completely shut down and I've ended up unemployed. I used to say I could live well alone, that I could handle any storm, but now when I'm really facing the situation, I realize how empty I feel. I don't even have anyone to say, it's okay, I'm here for you. Watching everyone around me paired up, having someone to lend a hand when things go wrong, or someone to listen when I'm upset, I can't help but feel envious. I can't help but think if I hadn't got married earlier, maybe now I have someone to rely on and wouldn't have to bear everything by myself. But life doesn't have what ifs. All I can do is grit my teeth and move forward. Maybe once I get through the challenges in front of me and adjust my mindset, things will slowly get better.
我妈今天问我后不后悔。
My mom asked me today if I regret not getting married earlier. Now that I'm older, almost 40, when I go on blind dates, people pick and choose, criticizing my tattoos, saying I'm too old or that I have a strong personality. At first, I didn't regret it. I thought having my own career was better for a woman. But today, I'm starting to regret it. I started my first business when I was 19, opening a beauty salon, then an acupuncture clinic, and even a bar. I've always been the type to go all in when I'm commit. I borrowed money, invested everything, but my businesses weren't successful. Now, as a nearly 40-year-old woman, I get criticized a lot because I'm unmarried and have no kids. People see it as a backup plan for me. So today, I do have some regrets. I think back and wonder if 5 years ago I hadn't got married to my first love, would my career be stable by now? Would I be in a better place? Not like now, floating around, struggling and accomplishing nothing?
我90年，今年都35岁了，就是很多人说
I am born in 1990, so I'm 35 now. People often say, you're not ugly, why don't you have a partner? But what they don't understand is that once you reach a certain age as a woman, the people you get introduced to are either divorced or have kids from a previous marriage. It's hard to find a single man at the same age, and men at this age, they're introduced to much younger women. So older women are in a really awkward situation. It's not that I don't want a partner.
我有个预感哈，未来3年的婚恋市场肯定会
I have a feeling that the marriage and dating market will undergo huge changes in the next 3 years. Right now, many women are pressuring their boyfriends to borrow money for a dowry, even having the whole family go into debt to get married. When a man realizes that the cost of marriage exceeds what his family can bear, his first reaction won't be to try harder to find a partner.
真正的相亲市场已经是女生找对象的重
The real dating market has become a tough battlefield for women. Stop obsessing over online statistics like how there are 30 million more men than women. That's just a macro number and doesn't help. It's a bunch of older women all clustered together choosing from the same small pool. If you don't change your approach to choosing a partner, the likelihood is you'll end up alone. A matchmaker pointed out bluntly, the difficulty for older leftover women to marry is because they have unrealistic expectations.
你们是不是都很好奇大龄剩女都在等什么？
Are you all curious about what older single women are waiting for? I won't say this applies to everyone, but for most, they're waiting for a wealthy man. Many women think that the reason they haven't married a wealthy man is because their circle is too small or they haven't met one. But that's not true. Even if you meet one, it's unlikely you'll end up together because you're just not compatible. It's like meeting Jack Ma. You won't become friends. In the end, people come together because their energies are aligned. Women labeled as leftover mostly hailed from the late 1980s to early 1990s, a generation that witnessed China's large-scale expansion of higher education and the golden window for female employment. Many of them graduated with a bachelor's degree or even a master's, and after entering the workforce, they stood firm in first-tier cities with an annual salary of 200,000 to 300,000 yuan, or even higher, thanks to their hard work and professional skills. They're all well-educated, worldly, and have high expectations for marriage. They want a partner who is intellectually compatible, willing to share responsibilities equally, and provide long-term companionship rather than simply living together. When they hit their early 30s, their standards of choosing a partner rise with their income. The partner must be economically independent, emotionally mature, and will be willing to share household chores and childcare duties. However, the reality is that such excellent men are already taken by women in their 20s. At present, a video of a 38-year-old leftover woman crying about the difficulty of marriage continues to gain traction. Her hysterical outburst does nothing to solve the marriage dilemma and only invites mockery. One netizen commented, "She overestimated herself. She's been measuring herself constantly, and now that she realizes no one wants her, she finds that her shelf life has expired." A man who meets her salary expectations straightforwardly said, "If I earn 500,000 yuan annually, my requirements for a woman aren't education or income. She just needs to be young, pretty, easygoing, not clingy, and capable of doing some basic housework. How much she earns doesn't matter to me." Another netizen hit the nail on the head, revealing the truth. For a normal man, marriage doesn't involve spending the woman's money. Whether she earns 300,000 or 3 million yuan, it means nothing to him. A man with a 500,000 yuan salary would rather choose a gentle and obedient woman with an annual salary of 50,000 to 60,000 yuan than a strong-willed partner who sets clear demands. Some commenters used a simple analogy to explain her situation. It's like you've worked hard for many years, spent a lot of money to renovate a 100 square meter luxury apartment without an elevator, and now you want to sell it for a high price, but no one wants it. The elderly can't climb the stairs, the young don't want to, and wealthy people look down on such apartments. You don't want to lower the price, so you stuck with it, unable to move forward or backward. After the mocking comments, people are forced to face a more glaring reality. On one side, there are more and more successful, well-qualified women like her in big cities who are unable to get married, while on the other side, countless young people in their 20s simply choose not to get married, even openly declaring that being single is just fine. These two phenomena, seemingly at odds, together highlight the structural pains that China's marriage market is undergoing. In 2024, the number of marriage registrations nationwide fell to 6 million pairs, the lowest since 1980, half of the peak in 2013. Although there was a slight rebound in the first 3 quarters of 2025 with a year-on-year increase of 8.5%, the number of first marriages continues to decline. Those aged 25 to 29 have become the main force in marriage, while the proportion of young people aged 20 to 24 has dropped from nearly half a decade ago to around 13%. We gathered some insights from street interviews to better understand the marriage views of the younger generation of women.
什么时候会很想谈恋爱呢？
When do you really want to fall in love? When? Most of the time, I don't really want to. I just go with the flow. Most of the time, I'm perfectly fine being on my own. Why is that? When you're in a relationship, there are bound to be times when you get angry because of your partner. But when you're on your own, you don't really get angry with yourself. You don't blame it on a guy.
Are there more men or women who don't want to get married right now?
Actually, it's pretty balanced. I think everyone is at an age where they still want to have fun. No one wants to be responsible for someone else. Personally, I don't want to get married too early. I don't think I'm at that stage yet. I want to wait until I'm a bit older and ready to focus entirely on my family. I think that's when getting married would be the best. China housing prices continue to soar, and raising a child to the age of 18 costs around 6 to 7 times a family's income. The pressure of education competition makes it even harder for parents to breathe. Young people face challenges like difficult job prospects, unstable incomes, and the 996 work schedule right after graduation. The idea of dating feels like a luxury, let alone marriage and having children. They see too many real-life married life stories on social media, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law conflicts, property disputes, parenting anxiety, and the struggles after a divorce cooling off period. On February 24th, a video about the long queues for divorce at the Civil Affairs Bureau went viral. A staff member from the Civil Affairs Bureau posted a video saying that on the first day back to work after the Spring Festival, they processed 3 marriages but 47 divorces. In another video, many people waiting to divorce were seen outside the divorce office lining up for a long time. It can be said that the Chinese New Year triggered a divorce wave. According to statistics from the Civil Affairs Bureau, in the first half of 2025, the number of divorce registrations nationwide increased by 4.5% compared to the previous year. While this may seem like a moderate number, it hides the ongoing upward trend. Over the past 20 years, China's divorce rate has doubled, and the divorce to marriage ratio has reached 57.6%. This means that for every 100 couples entering marriage, 57 of them will choose to end their marriage. Why has there been such a high divorce rate after Chinese New Year? Each family has its own story, but there are 3 main reasons. First, poor couples face many troubles. The economy has been in decline for years, and most family conflicts arise from poverty. Many people have lost their jobs, gone bankrupt, or seen their incomes decrease. These financially affected families fall into an economic crisis, causing their consumption levels to drop and sometimes even leading to financial struggles. This naturally leads to arguments, even domestic violence, escalating into divorce. Second, holiday conflicts are on the rise. The Chinese New Year is like a magnifying glass for marriages. Some couples fight every year, and their selfishness and lack of emotional connection are exposed when faced with issues. Whether a marriage will last isn't always a complex question. It's revealed in difficult situations. The Chinese New Year, which involves housework, social obligations, and visiting relatives, often expose these emotions. While it might not be a big deal on normal days, during the holidays, conflict arises over various issues like preparing New Year goods, giving red envelopes to parents, and buying gifts for relatives. These small matters often lead to bigger disputes, and every year after the New Year, there's a divorce wave. This year is just a continuation of this pattern. Third, young people are no longer willing to settle. On one hand, individualism and changing views on marriage are influencing attitudes. Many couples experiencing emotional crisis no longer tolerate or accept each other's flaws, especially younger people. The idea of enduring for the sake of children or faith has quickly faded. On the other hand, with the continuous escalation of family conflicts, both parties lose confidence in their future together, which weakens their motivation to maintain the marriage. As a result, right after Chinese New Year, they eagerly go to the Civil Affairs Bureau to file for a divorce.
当我这年底个，农落个，这等我这拿了退，一的卡到等我这个没人追，等你了点等我这个上年农落的呀，短时间都是件7月的事。等在松张短时得等这那个这现在了怕冲突节呢，你上了300件这个月的啥的。刚才亚瓦一难着，都一难着，刚才同家当推家设计了，我得家全部就给我的，给全部自由了。 나로 네 다이바도노 잠문이 거니야 안지 갈로그죠 상류기 고도게 돈에 된데 돈 상당히 되게 근데 하장 개체부 지요레스 근데 손당 저 이나 메즈노로노 nen주 야와 인장롱 두아 인장롱 가운데 참아듯이 따네 디 내루디 헤비기 토네 아니 지 소소소 디 토는 간바 존도 요아이나 간바 조동데 다 난가지 얘기래서 존도 메아이나요 그 유시한테다 이나 고도데 예바들 해요래서 다 고도 해야 돼 먼저 로종 제거래 로종 제거什么怎么不지게 아니 로종서 다 된데 그 고도데 예제 당 거래 로 대답이 고도들라 아니 먼저 충사네 아니 제사지 받은 요래 충사기 다리 먼저 답이 니 되네 손대 아니 가래로 그지 제사기 먼저 이게 이네 주 단다기 니 될라 되네 아니 될라 되네 지 난주다고 시나 될라 된비 나 될라 된비 되고 인제부 될라 안지 스스게 상니기 균노 체중라 되네 안지 니테 자진 민자부 랑제 자진 민자부 안 대진시 자진 민자부 선만도 상제지 공방선만도 원대 참마도 용요래서 난주도 돈 제요래서 근데 송장 저 그도 다장 개 전부 자요래서 근데 송장那么저 군주선 자이쇼 군주선 신원 좀 봐쇼세那么저기 다 망즈 따야다 망즈 유야 등이热인스 라용 군주선 자이쇼 군주선 좀 봐쇼 샤인도